Welcome back to what is my episode 2 of this. I have my skill level 4 going up against another skill level 4 in a match from a couple weeks ago, and so we're going to keep a mix of these skill levels going, and APA 9-ball match. So no spoilers, we're going to see what happens here, and without any further delay, we're going to move right into this. We're just going to keep rolling. I do not have way to. I need to turn. Let's do it. Mute one. We're going to turn this other one down because we don't want that interference in here. So here we have the lag, and let's see what happens. So that's of course Stephanie with the longer hair, and we got Joe is on my team. So anytime I do this, I'm going to try to keep my teammates with the over here in the red, so to avoid any confusion. So Stephanie wins the lag, so she's going to break first, and I do like this handy little slider over here. I'm going to do that while these two talk about who knows what. Eats the nut. It's a lot of fun. Of course, this Joe, his name on our roster is Bama Joe because he loves Alabama football. Nothing wrong with that. Alabama fan myself, so don't hold that against me. Root wherever you want to. That's your business. Just have fun doing it, and don't be rude. Trash talking's fun though. Keep it friendly amongst friends. Don't follow people around stores, heckling them after a game. I have had that happen to me, and it's very awkward. What do you say to somebody like that? Okay, she drops the 3-4 ball, so we're going to give her a point and drop the 4 ball off of here. So there we are. So she's got a back cut on this one. Could yield a shot on the 2. Let's see. Nope. Unfortunate. Swing for the fences, sometimes you miss. But that was a good try. So no inning yet. Now we got Joe. Joe's usually a 5. I wouldn't say it's a slump necessarily. It's just things haven't really been going his way, so to speak, on a lot of these. And I figured out where my other, no, play that one. I clicked over here. I want to pause this one. Yes, that's better. I got my ducks in a row now. So there we go. Joe makes a good shot on the 1 ball. Give him a point. 1 ball down. He does have a shot on the 2. All right, good shot, Joe. 2 down. 2 points. I don't want to put the race in there, but I didn't this time. So another good shot. I don't remember what happens in this match. I just remember basically how it ends. I would play defense here. There's nothing wrong going for it, but personally, as many times as I've given up an inning because I shot something like that, I would have played it safe on it. You had a lot of blockers there. And she is a deceivingly good shot. No, definitely not in a rude way there. But she's got a really good shot, and just a lot of times you wouldn't think she would shoot that good. I don't know. That's just me. I like him because that's he's 5. They're awesome people. Good shot, Joe. So 4 balls left, and you are hung in a pocket. Hey, this is a tough one. What do you do here? Skill level 4, blast a 6-9 combo. I like it. He didn't blast it, but he tried it. I say just hit R, see what happens. That's what I like doing at that point. There's another inning. That's the hardest part I have keeping up doing this is keeping up with these innings because I don't know why. You wouldn't think it'd be that hard. Is that even better? I'm trying to figure out the best lighting here for me. I do like that better. Okay, we'll run this lighting. She made a good shot there, comboed the 9, so 9 balls gone. 2 points added there. No inning. So now all these come back because we are on a new rack. Alright, so now use my handy dandy fast forward over here. Oh, that is the wrong. So I'm using this Meld Studio to do this with. And I've got my portrait one over here. That's right. And if you click on the wrong thing, you're on the wrong window. So now that's what I was trying to do right there. Let's speed up the downtime. All right, she's going to break. What do we get? Dry. Almost. I like that she made that because that's tough right there. So we get her a point and the 5 ball. Of course, as it happens a lot of times, the last ball rolling is when it fell in. So it's a kick here. I wouldn't call it a sellout. There is a shot there. But, I'm trying to remind people, keep in mind, these are 2 skill level 4s. Like, Joe kind of really is a 5. He's not been shooting as good as he can. We'll just say that. And a lot of times he makes these. But sometimes he goes for a bank instead of the cut. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Nothing wrong with that. So here we are tied 4 each at 3 innings. And that was a very, very thin cut. We'll call it that because she didn't hit it. And they've known each other for a long time. They like to talk about their shots right after they do them. And this, if you hit it wrong, it's very, very bad. But can't fault him for what he was trying. The power, his speed control I think, is the main thing that he's been struggling with. Usually has been good at pocketing the balls, but that is not an example of good pocketing. And there we go again. See, I got to get used to this. There we go again. See that 1 ball right there? That guy's being tough. It's weird being mirrored and pointing the wrong direction all the time. That's a good shot there. Good control on the ball. So 1 ball down. Because 2 ball, you got a shot on. Pull it back just a little bit. You got the 3. But if you miss the ball, none of that matters. So now she has a good shot on the 2. Roll forward a little bit. She got the 3. I think that's the 3 by the 9, right? Pretty sure. Let's give her point. She earned it. All right. She missed. Not a bad thing because it didn't leave much. What do I do here? Smash it. Yeah, went for the combo. can't blame them there. Now, the danger is what you got there. If you missed, you are leaving a shot. Now, I was about to say the 3 to 4 is normally going to be a difficult thing, but she proved to me that I don't know what I'm talking about, because she just played right off of that 9 ball and gave herself nice shape. And this is a good one here. Is speed control. That's all you need. Pocket the ball. So the speed got it away from her. But put just a touch of that English on there that you need to keep on the other side. And that way you can run up for the 6 on the side or down in the corner if you run long. So that makes it a little bit easier to manage. But she's just, don't worry about it. I got this. 9 ball down. So now we're sitting at 9 to 5 from what honestly looked like Joe was going to take off a little bit there in the beginning. And he kind of started to, and then fortune has it, you never know when it's going to change on you. I wouldn't call these rolls. She's making the 9 ball. So there's nothing wrong with what she's doing. And he's just really missed 2 shots that mattered. He did miss a shot earlier, but so he's only missed like 3 shots so far, I think. Could be more. Okay, this one was a dry break. And now, what do we do with Joe? Because there is the bank the one over there. There's bank the 1 ball that way, put the cue ball up on this end of the table as a defense. But he's not super defensive. And like I say, this is the main thing. As long as you're having fun, play your game. Don't worry about it, what anybody like me says. It's about you enjoying yourself. And if you want to learn along the way, that's hopefully those of us that do these videos can give you something you can learn from. It's not a bad place to leave somebody. If you can learn that kick and stick right there, it's even better. You can hit it just a little bit harder, stay behind the 5, 1 ball. Sorry, that end of the table. Cue ball would be on this end of the table. I'm getting there with this backwards pointing. So you could assume he'd bank it again. He likes banking. Nothing wrong with that. So it's just another inning. Now she's back up. She does have a shot right past that 4. I think it goes. And if I'm not mistaken, I think she makes it. Nope. She made the 8. So that is one where you might say that's a fortunate roll for the other person. But we're all going to get them. And we're all going to watch our opponents get them against us. It's part of the game. It's one of those just clap. They did good, because did it really get her? It got her 1 point because she was hooked on it in this instance, of course. So don't get mad. I mean, she made a point off of it. Now you got ball in hand. You can't be too upset over that. There's no reason. I mean, I guess technically you can be upset over what you want. That's your business. But there's no reason to get all worked up over that in this game, where so many things happen. Okay, got us another point. That's the inning. Sorry. So we're up to 6 points, and there you go. Held it good for the 3 ball. Is it ideal? No, but he has a shot on it. And sometimes that's all you're looking for. Just get a shot on your next ball. Don't worry about being perfect. Deal with what you get at the end of it. If you can get what we can, perfect is subjective, but if you can get what we call perfect shape, that's great. Go for it. But sometimes you just got to shoot a shot, and take what you get out of it. Don't worry about the rest of it. That's the biggest thing. Like here, I like a 3-rail kick at this. It's sitting there. 3-rail kick, make the ball. Okay. See, she went for exactly that. Don't be mad when you miss those. Be happy that you saw it and you took a chance on it. That's the best part, to know that, hey, I may be a skill level 4, but I saw a shot that a skill level 9 tried, and I tried it and I got this close. Be happy about that. That's something to celebrate. Because if you don't see those or if you see those and you don't try them because you're scared, that's not something to be happy about, because you're taking opportunities away from yourself. That was a good defense right there. Very worth the not going after that wild bank and leaving her wide open. So that was a smart shot. She makes a good hit and doesn't leave him anything really. He could try to cut it, but it's not really a good two-way unless you overcut it and it comes off the rail and sits down there on the middle rail on the bottom. But where it is, I'm just gonna play the 4 ball up and let the cue ball hit the 6 probably. Let it sit right underneath there. Because you want a defense as much as you can. Don't worry about your skill level. Look for defenses. That is what will keep you in games. I don't care if you're a 2. Look for defenses and try them. You'll never, we always going to sit here and say I can't, or we're just going to eventually try it. So that's what I was saying. If you miss short side or short and you come off and it rolls far enough in, then you're okay. And in this instance, didn't work out okay. It worked out okay for her. But holding for the 5 ball, that's the question. What speed do you hit it? Do you play for the side pocket? And there's the key right there, the path. You wanted to plan to come wide out, or not super wide, just wider out where you run past it and shoot it in the side, or where you run past it to shoot it in that corner, or where you run all the way up that way and then back down to shoot it in that corner. So it's all about making your decision about where you're trying to get with that ball so you can get to cue ball in the right place. So she did get a shot there. He has nothing now. And did I mark the 4 ball? I did not. So let's go ahead and give her that 4 ball. I got over here talking. Forgot what I'm doing again. So we're still fairly close now. 11-8 her way. And that right there, I was looking at him. I was almost about to call a timeout on him because I was standing over there on that table next to it, and from where I was, I didn't see the angle he had to hit the 5. I didn't think he could, but I try my best, even though I see people call timeouts on their players all the time. Remember, this is for fun. Sometimes, especially the ones that are trying to learn, let them call you, because you can say no if you don't like the timeout, but they can't say no if you call it. So don't burn their timeout in an instance that's just going to frustrate them. If they want to do it on their own, this is their game. It's a team sport, sure, but this is their game. Let them play their game the way they want to, unless you see 100% they're about to make a big mistake. Then you can call timeout and talk to them. But, we need to let these people play. It's a good shot on the 5. I don't necessarily like this. I know. And he doesn't get fortunate with the way he chooses to play it, because you have 2 choices. I'm going to try to run under the 9. You got to do a little ticky-tacky off the rail, off the 9 to make it really work, or I'm just going to combo the 9. Those are really your 2 choices. Anything else does this. And like I say, I'm not being harsh on these people. This is just running commentary. These are my friends. All right, good shot on the 6. Gives her 12 points. So she's still up 3 on Joe. And this is the odd part about watching lower skill levels is you will see them make some tough shots, and then, I mean, look, I'm a 9. You will see me do this stuff too. I'm not above it either, but you do see it more often with the lower skill levels. You see them make more difficult shots, honestly, than they do the simple shots. See, I've been working with him on that right there that he just did. I'm going to jump up and right as I shoot. He has been struggling with that, but he's pretty well been doing that since I know him. I'm trying my best to help coach it out of him, but it may never happen, and it's fine. He enjoys the game, and that's what matters. Surround yourself with people like that. Though, no matter what happens, they don't get mad. Will they ever be upset at themselves? Sure, it's going to happen. Good shot on the 7. All right, and then, but the ones that, no matter what happens, they're almost always in a good mood. It's a good shot there on the 9. Drop that down. He gets 2 more points. 1, 2. So now we're at a tie game. And so bring all these back to life. And we're ready for the next game. So that's actually a good score they got running there. 12-12 at 14 innings. Because they're not quite halfway to their score, but they're actually pretty close. And in my experience, if you do 20 innings or below, you're shooting a little bit on the high end or of your skill level or to the skill level above it, depending on how far below 20 innings you get. The 20 to 20, really 20 to 30, but 20-25 range is going to be you're shooting at your skill level. To me, 25 to 30, you're shooting on the low end of your skill level. Anything above 30 without massive defenses, then you're shooting below your skill level. And I've had some 40 inning games. Good shot on the 1 ball there. And I know I'll have more. There's no way I always shoot at my skill level. I'm going to shoot worse some days. There's days if you put me as a 6, I still lost because I didn't play well, or that's a good little roll right there. Double hit, knock it in. Well, yeah, she gets a point with that too. So I said, you'll never always play your skill level because sometimes your opponent doesn't give you a chance. It's a big part of it. And times like that, celebrate your opponent. Don't be bitter about them playing good and beating you. It's going to happen. Win gracefully, lose gracefully. That's one of the hardest things that we'll struggle with in this game is the mental side of it and keeping our emotions in check. We should never be upset because the other person played good. We should be happy, and especially if we're running close with them in those games. Me and another guy that we've become friends with in there, he was a 7 and I was a 9, and our game finished pretty quickly. It was 11 or 14 inning area. I can't remember, but it was really low. Pretty sure, he was trying to stay behind that 6 ball with the defense there. So, again, be happy that you tried it. Don't worry that you didn't get it. You tried it, and that means you should learn something from that. Next time you do it, you try it again. Because your opponent, that shot, you're not guaranteed to make it, no matter what their skill level. So, he was fortunate she missed. And he's back at the table. And I lost my rapid trail I was running down a second ago. Those are the things that's been costing him, those little shots like that, where you really do have it, but he was focused so much on getting back to the 5 ball down that way to pull it back to him this way. He just hit a little too hard. Probably I didn't look to see if he jumped up on that one. That could be it. And I can't remember if he's hooked or not. It's fine either way. But that's it. I'll be happy. Oh yeah, that's right. Me and him played. We finished somewhere between 11 and 14 innings, and he only needed like 6 points. I had a good night. I was shooting great. Had 2 breaking runs on him. That's what it was. Good shot, Joe. And I went up to him afterwards and I said, this is the type of match that you can lose and still move up a skill level because you played so good. And sure enough, next week he was an 8. He's been an 8 ever since. He's a good shot. I just hate that sometimes he lacks the confidence. He just thinks he's not, but he's actually a good shot. Here I'm telling him about the 5 ball. Control the 5 ball to have it as your next shot. But doesn't quite get the shot. This is something too, when you're doing this, take your time. We're taking all this time talking about it right now. But how quickly he get, and this is, once again, not a dig against him, but you'll see this a lot. You'll see me do this. Get down. It takes that long one, and the shot. See, he jumped up again. And that could be the only difference between making it and missing it, is when you jump up, you're going to move. Your stick's going to be a little bit different than what you were thinking. So that's be careful on that. That's an inning. I should mark that. And because you don't know if you're going to get back to table, if you're going to have a shot like this where they've left you that. So your best thing is to take the time and stick to your fundamentals. If you're ever having issues, always revert back to fundamental play. Check your feet, check your hands, check your alignment with your shoulder, elbow, wrist, chin. Make sure all of it's straight. Stay down when you shoot. That was a good shot there. He turned it around on her. And there is a defense here, but it's not necessarily a gimme. But those things like that, just revert back to your fundamentals and get back in the game. Because if you just continue to wonder what's going on and you just keep those little I'm jumping up, or I didn't follow through the way I needed to, or whatever it may be. My feet, I didn't get my feet set right. They were off at a weird angle that I'm not used to shooting. You're going to continue missing your shots because you didn't get back to your fundamentals. Because it could just be one little thing was out of line and it took you out of the game, and you figure it out after the match. And as long as you figure it out, that's fine. Like I say, this stuff isn't life or death. That was a good try, sir. So he had his shape on the 6 if he made it, but he actually ended up fortunate and he got this chair. I'm going to get a new chair soon because this thing is too squeaky and it's annoying. And she miscues because you can see, if you paid attention, her movement at the stroke, her arm kind of moved a little bit. And those are the things. If we don't get caught up in the, oh man, this just happened, look at what caused it to happen. Oh, you know what? If I can't pinpoint it, I can easily assume it was probably I got outside of my fundamentals. So that's always the answer. Revert back to your fundamentals. And if you don't know fundamentals, learn them. Get somebody who knows. Watch videos. Videos are great. Niels Fang, excellent player, and he explains things in a very good way. That was a very good try in that defense. Speed was off just a touch, and he pretty sure he left. I know she can see it, but I can't remember if she can make it or not. But Charivari, he's really good at explaining things at a way that lower level beginner people can understand, and higher level people can still understand really well as ways to improve. Because it doesn't always have to be a pro to explain things in a way that we can improve. And sometimes pros explain way over our head and we don't understand what they're saying because they've been doing this for a long time with a good coach and everything. So I love helping people improve. I love people giving me little pointers like, why'd you do that there? I don't understand why you did that. So here, if he makes this, shape on the 7 is pretty well guaranteed. Because the 7's out, as long as you don't blast at this thing. If you just cut it in the side, you're going to go 2 rails and up, and it's going to be harmless. But he was afraid of the scratch, so he went that way with it. Which, honestly, it turned out okay. I think she makes a good shot here. I can't remember. But, that does take us out of our shot a lot of times if you're in the scratch. My wife does it too. Like I say, she's still a 2. It's going to happen. She gets to looking at something and thinks she's going to scratch. That's right. Still a good shot. She made a good hit. She didn't foul. No ball in hand. So that's a good outcome. We're not always going to get a perfect leave on it. Now I can't remember if I marked the inning. Ooh, nice shot, Joe. There he goes. Uh-oh. He also made we're going to say he made the 5 ball. I don't remember. Did make the 7. Does make the 8. And yeah, he makes this 9 ball. I remember. Okay, so I lied. There's another inning. It doesn't make a 9 ball similar to that. I thought it was that one. I'm hoping I got the score right. Bring all these back to life again. Speed up this rack a little bit. The table was hard to rack on. Wish I could rack that fast. Dry break again. So back to Joe's turn. Now I should pull this match up and see who won by how much, so I can keep up with where we really are in this game. I almost got something good out of that. Yeah, so this was 2 weeks ago. All right, so she puts the 1 ball down. Puts him tied up. Drops 2 ball. Good shot there. Comes around nice for that 3. Just roll forward here. A little further would have been good, but I think she's in the window, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. 4 ball down. I knew she went on a bit of a run here in a minute. I couldn't remember where it was. And here I'm shooting soft and using on 3 balls as a blocker because there's no reason to go for that because you leave that right there. So now she's up 3 points. Hold that lead. Sneak that ball around the other side of those 3 blockers. Don't give them a shot. That'll change the dynamic of the game sometimes. You might have been close to pulling away and then like this, and then you could have stopped it all right there. All right, so 5 ball down, Mr. Bama Joe. Look at that defense. All right. The only thing it doesn't tell you on this is how many innings they were. I really wish it would tell you that. It tells you the score and the points they won, but just nothing for the innings. Swung at it good. Sorry. Oh, this thing's noisy. Another bank coming. Come on, Joe. There it is. See, he does make a lot of them, so I do not fault him for trying them when he does. I cannot remember if she can see it or not. And so here we are. I should find a way to keep up defenses for myself so I can get an idea on these innings, because I would like to dive into that a little more about, if you're playing at your skill level or above or below. Let's see, Stephanie here is a trickster, and man, that was a good shot. So 1 point separates them now. And nobody runs away with this game, I will tell you that. But it ends up close at the end. When I turned away, I thought he was hooked on this ball. I did not know he could see it. Good swing at it, sir. You put a tip below or 2 tips below center on that, it will pull you out of the side pocket. It's your choice if you want to go left or right English to spin it one direction or the other. Just know it does affect the path of that 7 ball when you're banking it. So play around with that. It is an excellent shot to know because it will get you out of a pinch. Uh-oh, my mouse go? There it is. I don't think I marked the inning on that. Should have just made the 7. And the 8. Pretty sure I marked the score on the 6. I should have marked the 6 ball. We'll find out. No, I'm pretty sure I got my score wrong. I'll check it at the end. Either way, it's going to be close to accurate. And I'll know because I got the true ending score here. I'll correct it at the very end. All right. Got that ball. And just barely missed that. But in my book, that's not a bad miss. I do wish they would tell me innings, though. That would be awesome. I need to start writing them down. Just so I'll have them. All right, that was a good swing at it. This may be the 9 ball I was thinking about that he makes. from earlier. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. That is it. Good shot, sir. Brings us to a tie game again. If I'm right, I will know shortly. Because there's 9 points left to go. Let's just say from here we got another 14 points are made. You can make your guesses in here right now. Who makes the 9 points and who makes the 5 points? My math was almost really bad. So who makes the 9 points and wins from here? You got 2 games to figure it out. It was almost a good break. It's a good spread, so that part of it's good. But I think the 1 ball goes by the 3 and a side, if I'm not mistaken. It did. She just missed it. Oh yeah. He broke dry. Gotta score that inning. All right. What do we got, Joe? I know it's not much. Is there a back cut to the corner past the 9? The better question is, would I even want to try that? And the answer is probably not because of that. Again, so many options there. Look for a safety. There's defenses all over the table when you got that many balls. So, that's a nice little bump right there. So that's another point. She's up 1. Good shot on the 2. 3's in the open. Transition 3 to 4 would be the only issue here. You know what? Of course, it's not an issue for most high-level players, but that's why we don't need to always just watch the high levels and always be able to figure out what they're going to do. I like to guess and game a little bit. That was a really good shot on that 3 ball. How many of you would have shot that way? I probably wouldn't have. But she got herself a shot on 4 ball. Can't argue with it. I love those awkward spots where your bridge hand just doesn't feel comfortable no matter how you set it down. Man, what a try. See if she makes that too. Like 5 balls right there in that pocket. You don't miss that. 6 ball? I don't know. Depends where you go from that 5 ball. It's totally doable from there. It's a good shot on the 4. Don't get crazy with it. Stay within your abilities. 5 balls right there. There's no reason to try to smash that thing out of there. Just get out there where you can make the 5. I like the thought. Here, I probably would have went harder to get below the 6 down there. I did all right. So that I can shoot it and got my hand wrong. Anyways, that side pocket on that side, not this side. That's what I probably would have tried. That was weird. Computer flashing stuff at me. So for that reason, Joe made the 4 and the 5. I got to mark these. So now we are 25-25. Somebody makes 6 points. Somebody makes 2. What's your prediction? Probably shouldn't just hold that part, because now when the next person makes 3, it's already given away. I'll remember that for next time. It's a good swing at the bank. Did miss it, but 7/8. It's combo-able. All you gotta do is make the 6, stay up here, shoot the 7, 8. In theory, it works. But again, look at that leave. That's nice. I don't want to shoot this because, like, you either got the kick she's looking at or you got the bank shot down in that corner. Either one would be workable. She goes for that. She leaves the 6 ball. All right, so now what happens? Let's see. Can Joe do it? I mean, you'd think so if I'm playing a match with my teammate on it, that he's got to win, right? Because that's my teammate. I wouldn't I'd never show anything with our team losing, would I? We'll see. Good shot on the 6. She's now 5 away. Does she pull off the shot? She did. Hmm. 4 more points. And that right there was a great shot. I marked the wrong ball a second ago. That's fine. They all count the same points. So, due to me telling you the wrong way, what do you think happens from here? Because the question is, did I score it right? Does he score any more points? I don't know. We'll see. Oh, yeah, my handy dandy fast forward. Let's do that. Come on, tortoise. Go to the rabbit. There you go. If any of you have ever used Meld for videos, you know that it's got a tortoise and a rabbit on the speed. All right. How does this break go? Dry as a bone. I don't know what happens here. That's my silence. I was looking at it trying to think what happened. Yeah, he calls me over here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there I am. I remember there being nothing. That's what I remember. Good question. Seems like he's hooked by the pocket to go up. Sorry, up table. That's right. I remember now. Okay, so the score is definitely wrong. We're going to take that down to here because it's at least that. But I can't remember what his score is. So that means I missed something somewhere. But like I said, I got the real score here. I know how it finishes. So our plan here is to tie up the 2 ball. Because she needs, I think she needs 3 points here. I know she needs 2. Because we're willing to give up ball in hand. That means we would never do that if she needed 1 point. So that I remember. So we got, basically what we wanted here with that defense, because now the 2 ball is not easy to get to. You got to get pinpoint to get a good shot on the other side of the 5, get on that short side of it. And that was the whole purpose. And she made an excellent attempt to get to it right there. Okay, so now she has 30. And Because she's saying she hit the 2 first. I'd have to go back and rewind it. I mean, if I knew how to rewind, I would just go ahead and do it now, but I'll do it right after. Right after this is over, we'll come back to this because we're at 50 minutes and 30 seconds roughly. So we'll just go with it. Yep, he makes the 2. That gives him 26, and he makes the 3. Pretty sure. We'll see. I must have just given her one too many. I marked the ball earlier that I probably should have marked, is what it was. We're at 27, so this is, like I said, it's a close game. We've already used his timeout. He doesn't have another one here because he's a 4. So 100% on his own. If you do shoot this, you shoot it with speed so that there's a separation. But I don't know if I shoot it at all. There we go. We're at 37 innings. That means neither one of them really played their best. There were some fortunate rolls on defense. So they did both play defenses. How many? I don't know, because it doesn't tell us that either. Innings and defenses, they just let those go out the window. I would like to see those so I can kind of keep track of my stats for one, and it helps keep track of your own team too, to know, how they've been doing. Where do I need to, if I'm the one coaching them, where do I need to help them? That's why I like these videos, and that's the main reason. What happened? Uh-oh. That means I didn't get the end of that. So anyways, Stephanie wins 30-27. And let's I get this to skip forward. There we go. Bring this about right here. A little bit more. That's not what I told you to do. Okay, figuring it out now. Okay, that was right after it. Oh, sorry, I've got that 2 times. Let's watch it in slow motion and see. It's not like it matters. I'm just curious. Slow motion takes forever. Oh, that was definitely the 5 ball first. But, it's an honest mistake. You think you got it good, and it just turns out you made a little mistake. It's not a big deal. Like I said, how did that match end up? I know it was close. Okay, they beat us 54-46, so it was still a close match. And so that's two middle of the road skill level players. It's not painful to watch to me. I like watching players thinking and just kind of getting an idea of how they process the game. I like that part. So don't show any hate to these people. Show some love. They deserve it. They're putting in the work to just have fun. So let's all enjoy it with them. And like I said, I'm working for every Monday at 8 p.m. I'm going to try to post these, and we're just going to try to do this weekly thing. And I do have a decent amount of working on cars, getting just finished a project with my nephew on his Tahoe, so I'll get that together and I'll try to have that. I'm thinking about Fridays on those, and so I will concrete a time. We'll post them out there, and we'll just keep turning these out every week and see what happens. And just thank all of you that support and watch, and just spread it. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, and comment. Give me some comments. Give us some feedback. That's where we'll figure out how to get better. And if you have questions, if you got any questions, if I can help you with anything, that's what I'm here for. So, God bless, and you have a good week. We'll see you on the next one.